What's up, everybody? Vaughn here with Unlimited Freedom, and today I want to give you a quick update on what's going on with ACADAMY. Okay, ACADAMY is a company that I have been affiliated with for about 2 years now, and basically it's an educational platform. It teaches forex trading. It teaches about cryptocurrency. It's kind of like a college course curriculum is basically what ACADAMY is, except the difference is the people who teach there they're in the markets themselves. So it's like learning from somebody who actually does the job, right? Rather than going and learning a bunch of theory and stuff like that from somebody who's never done it. And I do have something to say about that. But before I get into that, what I want you to know is that I'm not a financial advisor, okay? This is not financial advice, and I am not your financial advisor, okay? I'm just a guy who is sharing my story with you. I'm a link sharer. I do a lot of different cryptocurrency platforms. I do a lot of different wealth growth platforms, and I've got a lot of information, including a book, and I all have it in my description, right? So if you're interested in any of the things that I talk about, any of the platforms that I talk about, if you hear me talking about ACADAMY today and you're like, hey, this sounds really cool, I want to check it out, go to my description, click on my description to this video, and in the description there will be a link to ACADAMY, and there's also going to be a link to all of the other platforms that I am currently working with. Okay, so let me get back to what I was kind of talking about before I went into that disclaimer. And what that is that you're going to be dealing with professors there who are not actually professors, right? These people are people who know how to do their particular thing when it comes to the market. So if they're a high frequency forex trader, or if they're an intraday trader, or if they are a cryptocurrency trader, or if they're just in the crypto markets and they know about that, you're going to be learning from people who have this firsthand experience and who have had success. They're vetted by the company, and a lot of these people, you get access to them live, so you can actually do question and answer sessions. You can watch them trade live in real time, so that way you can get an idea for what they're doing, and you can kind of copy or trade along with them if you're so inclined to do that. Now, having said that, since they're not professors, don't get surprised and don't get offended when you see that these people might not be exactly what you're thinking about when you think about a financial person who is in the markets, right? They might not look like people who you would see on a Wall Street TV show. They might not be wearing a nice jacket, right? They might have tattoos, right? They might be young. And the reason why I say this is because I dealt with, when I joined ACADAMY, one of the first things I dealt with was my own prejudice, right? When I looked at these people and I thought, man, this is crazy, man. These people look like a bunch of gangsters, right? They look like a bunch of like young, tattooed up and, look like fresh out of prison or on drugs. And that's my bad, right? That's my bad for being judgmental. But I'm just telling you the truth. That's what I thought, right? When I first encountered these people at I went to one of their live seminars. It was this big cheerleading, rah-rah, emotional lights and fireworks deal. The whole thing turned me off, right? It just seemed like another MLM hype, right? That wasn't really going to be anything, that I was interested in for sure. But don't let that stop you, because what I realized and what I came to realize was that a lot of these people, are just, not somebody who you want to deal with. However, there are people there who really know what they're doing, and there are people there who I could learn from and who I did learn from, right? And because of that, I have my own trading strategy that I've developed. I'm deep into cryptocurrency. You know that I'm deep into these different cryptocurrency platforms. You hear me talk about it on my channel all the time, right? But the cool thing about actually learning how to be a trader for myself is that if a platform stays or goes away, I still can go in the markets and trade for myself, right? So for example, if Novatech were to shut its doors tomorrow and shut down shop, right? And the website shuts down, and you'd go to Novatech FX and you see a big FBI seal, right? That says this website is under an investigation from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, right? And you say, oh man, it's over, right? It's over. Well, even if that were to happen, guys, I still know how to trade because of the time, effort, and energy and money that I put into ACADEMY. And I learned the lingo. I went through the 101, 201, 301, and even 401 courses that's available on ACADEMY. Now, if I were going to jump on today as a newcomer, I would buy the TBX package. TBX. It stands for time-based trading. Okay, time-based trading. It's a really great program. I think it's about $150 a month after the discount. Anybody who clicks the link in my description, you will get a discount when you sign up, and it will show you that discount when you sign up for ACADEMY. So if you are interested in that, you can click the link and do that. So it's not easy, right? It's a lot of technical terms. It's a lot of, it's almost like learning a new language. Okay, it's not fast. You're not going to develop a profitable strategy overnight. Okay, and it's not cheap. This thing costs on the low end $150 a month, right? And that's on the low end, and that's a monthly payment that you're making for this education, right? So definitely not going to be for everybody. But I did it. I have participated in the program. Like I said, I put my prejudices aside. I put my judgments to the side. I gave it an honest try. I participated in it, and I learned a lot. And from that knowledge, I was able to build a strategy, a trading strategy that I implement. And my goal with my trading strategy was for it to be profitable weekly, profitable monthly, and therefore compoundable. Right? So profitable weekly, profitable monthly, and therefore compoundable. Let me see if I could pull up my Forex compounding calculator, because I want to go over some numbers with you of what I'm doing. And what I want to do is I want to share last week's results with you. I break the month down into 4 weeks, week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4, and I track my trades, and I track my results for the day, I track my results for the week, and therefore I track my results for the month. Why? Because what you track gets better. Okay? What you track gets better. It's just one of those principles of life and finance and everything else, So want to get into a little bit of that. I talked a little bit about ACADEMY, talked about what it does, and I also talked about the interesting thing about developing your own trading strategy, which is that if one of these platforms were to shut down, or if the platform that you're in were to shut down, you always can fall back on your own personal trading, right? Because you've learned how to do it. You've learned how to become profitable. You've taken the time, you've spent the money, you've put in the effort, and you've learned how to become a trader, right? And so that's why I really do believe that ACADEMY is a worthy investment, because I've personally benefited from it, right? So I can attest to the fact that, yeah, it does work. So, if you're interested in that, I have a lot more to say about that, and you can always, like I said, you can learn more by clicking the link. So what I want to do is I want to go over last week's, and this is the month of February, so that would be February 6th through February 12th. I do not trade on Saturday, but I trade every other day of the week, doing OTC trading. OTC trading means that you can trade it any day. You can go into the market even on off hours or even on the weekends, right? So the only day that I take off is Saturdays. And I want to tell you my percentile for the week, which was 14%. Okay, 14% profit for last week's trading in the markets. Okay, so that is phenomenal. Okay, that's phenomenal. Most of the time, you're not going to have that high of a percentage, right? I don't always have that high of a weekly percentage. But One of the reasons why I want to touch on this, guys, is because some of you guys are in with Novatech, or some of you guys are in with VORTIC United, or you're in with one of the PAM accounts that I talk about on this channel. And maybe you've wondered, or maybe somebody has said to you, hey, how are they getting 3% a week on average? How are they doing that? You know, that's like, are they really trading, or are they just taking people's money and, you know, doing a fancy behind the scenes Ponzi scheme, right? And we've heard a lot of that on here. We have all seen the comments in the comment section. I've talked about Ponzi schemes on here. I've made a video about the 10 biggest scams in history. So I want to answer that question briefly by just saying that 3% is very, very possible. I mean, I just showed you that I did 14% last week, right? Novatech usually does between 2 and 3% per week. And we all know that if you compound that and you roll over your profits, that can turn into large sums of money. So let me say half of that, right? Let's just say it's a 7% weekly, right? And you start out with a balance. Whoops. Hang on, I got to pull up my Forex compounding calculator. I just want to crunch some numbers real quick for you so you understand how this works. So I did 14% last week, but I'm going to just say, let's say it's 7% weekly. Let's say you can build yourself a strategy that yields 7% per week. Okay? Do it for 2 years, and you compound it every single week, right? So you're compounding the trading profits, right? Weekly, do it for 2 years. You start with $1,000. So we'll calculate that. Within 2 years' time, your future investment value is $1,137,399.10. So you started with $1,000. You had a 7% growth every week, and you were consistent for 2 years. And now you have $1 million, $137,399.10. Okay, that's the power of learning how to trade, developing a strategy that works weekly and monthly, and that's compoundable and that's profitable, right? If you're able to do that and then you're consistent with it, you see you can make a lot of money in a short amount of time, okay? But once again, you're not going to join ACADAMY and then have a successful trading strategy developed overnight, right? Or in a month or even 2 months. No, it takes time, it takes effort, and it takes a considerable sacrifice on your part up front so that you can learn that skill. Now that skill, once you've learned it, it becomes a compoundable asset, right, that can turn into millions and millions of dollars and can turn into financial freedom for you, for your family. It can change the course of your life. It can change the course of your family's life. So what would I do, right, if I did not have my own trading strategy and I wanted to get into some of this stuff? What I would do is I would start getting into some of the PAM accounts. Like maybe I would get a Novatech account, or I would start a VORTIC United, or I would get into crypto platform, and I would start making some passive income so that I was having some passive income coming in while I learned how to trade, right? So I would get, you know, a couple of packages, right, and have a few $100s coming in per month, right, with crypto program. I could take 150 of that, put it into ACADAMY, and invest in my education, right? So that way I could learn, I could take the time, I could learn my strategy, develop my strategy, and while I'm learning and developing, I could use a demo account, right? A demo account so that I'm not trading with real money, right? Until I develop my strategy. Once I develop my strategy, then I could bring in the real money and I would have that skill. Okay, that's how I would do it if I was just starting out with ACADAMY. So there's a little update for you about what's going on with ACADAMY, what's going on with my personal trading strategy, and also just a couple of pieces of advice of, you know, what I would do if I were trying to get deeper into the trading game. We'll see you on the next one, guys, and as always, take care.